quick get to start. Now we're back to anchoring before we continue to the next country. 4 years ago I crewed on other people's boats across the Pacific Ocean and learned the basics of sailing. After I had to stop building my cabin in Spain last year, I decided to return back to the ocean.
Since recently we have our own small boat in Guatemala, it turned out to be a bit more of a lemon than expected, and we are now transforming the boat into lemonade.
Or limonada.
And step by step we are getting closer to sail the Caribbean and eventually the rest of the world together.
When I was building the rack for my new solar panel, I needed an L profile aluminum, and there was only one shop that was supposed to have it. They didn't have it, so I went to the welder that welded my stainless steel exhaust to see if he had a part, and he didn't, but he said they do have it there, so he went with me and he didn't charge anything for that, and they did have it. Don't ask me how that works, but anyway, to say thank you, I'm going to bring some cookies and some cola to them. There are 3 people, so 1 each. They're having lunch right now. I don't know where, so I tell the people from the house that I left it for them.
We never did so many groceries here as today, and you can see that we are pretty stocked up for I think 2 weeks.
For whatever happens. And also, I want to say, and it is absolutely not a call to new patrons, it's never that when I say something. It is just a thank you to everybody who is our patron, because really, because of you guys, this lifestyle is still possible for us. So
yeah, thank you very much. And if you want to support us, like not through Patreon, you can always like, subscribe and leave a comment below.
That actually really helps us.
Yeah. I am taking the card boxes out.
The cardboard.
Yeah. Taking everything out of the cardboard because
we don't ever want to have cucarachas again on the boat. Goodbye, Rio Dulce.
This is the last time.
We're after our first leg to Kyrgyzstan to check out the country. Hopefully everything goes alright. How do you feel about leaving to another country? How do you feel about going to the open ocean?
I am not sleeping very well because I'm so nervous.
Months we prepared for this moment. Am I ready? I don't know. I mean, I know I did everything that I could and that I could think of on the boat. 4 years ago I crewed on other people's boats, and I don't know, you just assume that you just have faith in the captain, and you assume that they did everything, that everything was in order because they did the work. That's what I assumed, and now I am the captain. Yeah, it's a very strange, different feeling with a lot more worries, I can tell you that. But we've done a great job. So I haven't been to the open ocean in 4 years. I think this boat hasn't been in 20 years. We prepared her well. It'll all be fine. breakfast, and Dirk is making breakfast. It's hot inside, huh? I think Dirk is loving the new table. Oatmeal with apple, fried apple, and plantains.
And chocolate soy milk.
Hot. We have arrived. Dirk is sewing her pants because boats break everything.
What are you doing?
Putting in the reef lines because we didn't do that yet after our new used mainsail was being put on.
But what are reef lines?
It's to make the sail shorter in case the wind picks up.
So if you have lots and lots of wind, you want to make the sail smaller.
Yeah.
Right?
More wind, the smaller the sail. The less wind, the bigger the sail.
I remembered.
I just made 2 tethers. A tether is one side you connect to your harness, and the other side to a jack line, a line that's running all the way from the back to the front of the boat. That is so that you don't fall off the boat. It's better to buy the official ones, but they just don't sell them in Guatemala and Rio Dulce. So this is better as nothing.
We are on the way to Livingston, where we are going to check out for our boat, and I think it's about an hour dinghy drive there. It's supposed to be really beautiful.
And then we go back here, and then tomorrow morning we leave. That's the plan, at least. Right now we're doing checkout. There's a nephew of Raoul. Everybody knows Raoul, who once has been with the boat in Livingston. The checking out process went really fast, like really fast.
Like 15 minutes or something.
I was a little bit afraid because I've heard horror stories. Some people told me when you... No, not from here, but some people said when you buy a boat here, if it's been too long in the country, then they can charge you like a big tax fee because you bought it here. But the previous owner also bought the boat here in Rio Dulce and also went to Belize, the neighbor country, and that also went fine. So yeah, everything was fine. I did also get a fine because we were well, the permit expired, and otherwise if I would have renewed it I would have to pay, and for last year and for this year, some ridiculous thing. Anyway, I had to pay a total of $200, and it was also what I calculated to be the minimum that I should pay. So alright, let's go back to the boat. That's where the open ocean is, and now we're going there, back to the boat, 45 minutes with the dinghy.
Wrecks here. Oh, it's so sad.
Hope that will not be us. The dinghy does about 12 nautical miles, or knots per hour. That's at least what we're doing at the moment. We can go faster, but we don't. The boat will do about 4.5. So we should be here at this point tomorrow around 8 in the morning, when there's still a little bit of high tide. It's very narrow here. It's very undeep here. I'll explain more about that later. Where are we going?
We're gonna do something very romantic. You have this, what is it? Stone? But like
a stone wall? A stone wall.
Okay, and you have this wall, and all the cruisers write their name on it with the year that we're here. So we're gonna do it. not very easy.
Some people were wondering how you write your name, so now you know. Nice. Let me explain the route to you. At the moment we are here. Actually, this is a continuation of where we started this morning. So this is still the river. Gonna follow the river in the middle. In the you'll stay on the outside, a little bit on the outside when it curves to the outside. It's just because water flows to the outside, so there it's generally deeper. Just gonna follow the river. Then here, when we go out of Livingston, is a very tricky area. You see those two buoys? Is very, very shallow here. So we're not gonna cross it at high tide because that's at 5 in the morning. Then we're not there. We're gonna hope to be there about 2 hours later. I set waypoints. Apparently this is the best route. It should be 6.5 feet at this line, and I have a 4.5 feet draft. That means 4.5 feet is from the water going down. So yeah, and then we getting into the open ocean. And this is optional. If I want, I can stop here. There's a protected anchorage over here, and if I don't stop, we'll just continue. Here's also in Belize a potential stop if we need to, for the wind, for an example. And then we're going straight to Honduras. This is the first bay, but it's a little bit choppy there, so I prefer to go to French Bay over here, but it's a little further, of course. And a friend of mine already sent the waypoints that he used to get into the anchorage, and it should all take about, well, I think about 35 hours. Dirk is preparing some meals for on the way so that we do not have to cook on the way.
I cut onions.
What have you made?
Cowboys caviar. I made it before. It's so nice.
So you can eat that on the way with some
Tacos?
tacos.
Nachos?
Mmm.
This is just like only vegetables and some real good olive oil and apple cider vinegar, so it's really healthy and I really like it.
I really look forward to the trip.
Good morning, it's 5:30. We just started the engine and Huub is pulling up the anchor over there. Oh. Yeah, we are ready to go to Merton. I am nervous, but should be fine. I mean, so many people do it, so why not me?
Yesterday we were at Mike's Juke Joint, like an American who has a little palapa here, and we met those guys over there. They are going, well, they're not going to Roatan, but they're also going out of Guatemala. And I asked, hey, because the first part is pretty tricky, and you know, most people enter with their boat and then exit. We never entered because we bought the boat here. So we said like, hey, can we follow you guys? So we're like, yeah, sure. We're also gonna leave at sunrise, so we're gonna follow them and also follow them over the bar. They have a bigger boat, a deeper draft, so if they can go over it, we can go over it. We're about to go. I am absolutely nervous. I think the most difficult thing is that now I have to be a captain, and what that means, a captain, is that, you know, when things go wrong, which they generally do on boats, I hope not, then I am, you know, supposed to be, I need to be like the calmer person and the one that solves it and everything, and yeah, that is yeah, that's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I guess after the first trip or 2 trips it will all be a lot easier. And off we go! Woo! I wasn't paying enough attention to how they took the curve, the boat in front of me, and it started to get like shallower and shallower until 6 feet, and at 4.5 feet I am stuck. The bottom will be on the floor. So I'm going to take a little bit more attention to how they are going through the curves here. I have to remind myself to enjoy. I'm so busy with paying attention to the depth and to if everything goes alright, if nothing is breaking. I have to pay attention to enjoy, because it is absolutely amazingly beautiful here. Found out that I have a little bit of an oil leak. I'm not exactly, well, I actually know where it comes from. I can see it. Don't know if I can repair it when we're sailing soon, and when the engine cooled down I will check the level of oil and yeah, fit it if necessary, see if I can fix it. At least it's the engine and not the gearbox, because the gearbox is really hard to get to. So I'll keep checking and figure that out later.
We are about to pass a really undeep bar. It's so weird because you can't see it from the top, but it's only, I mean, 1 feet deeper than our boat. So you have to be really alert, looking on the navigation and following our friend's boat. But we will be fine. Bye, Guatemala! Hello, Salty Life.
They're going to Tres Puntas. We're going to keep going because the wind in a few days is not going to be better, so we better go slowly, keep going. And we are sailing, got the jib out, doing 3.3 knots. Autopilot is working. Happy? Nervous? 99% of the accidents with boats happen close to land, not on the ocean. We just installed our wind indicator and orange ribbon. When we were on the bar and it was super shallow, I lost a pillow and someone was not happy.
I just made it myself.
I'm sorry, that was the one point where we could have gone where I was unable to turn around.
Yeah, but you really scared me because I was on the bow. Do you say bow?
Yeah.
And I heard you screaming, "What? No!" And I was like, "What is going on here?" And he was like, "I can tell you that right now."
Because I didn't want you to be grumpy at me when I was doing that tricky part.
Yeah, but I was like, what is going on here?
Are we sinking?
Yeah.
I found out I have a bit of a water leak somewhere and opened the hatch. And here is not a through hole, but a hole above the water line. That one is dripping a bit, so I have to tighten it or close it somehow. Alright, well luckily I had some valves on the boat still. I saw this plastic valve and this will stop the leak. Nice. This valve was used to stop water coming in the boat from an opening that wasn't used anymore. As you see, the whole valve inside is just broken. Chiquita, chiquita, chiquita! That's where the bananas are coming. It's not so scary during the day, but at night, as you can see, I'm still losing quite a lot of my belt, all that black stuff here. I do not understand that. Either the pulleys are not fully in line or there's something in between here. I don't know. I just installed these jack lines. They go all the way to the front. So far so good. The wind dropped, so we are motor sailing. Are you blowing air against the wind? Yeah, I think that will help. Dolphins! And after Belize we're turning a little bit to port, to the left. Technically it's one straight line now, but there is some piracy reported over time off the coast of Honduras, so they recommend going at least 20 miles off the coast. So that's what we do. We have an AIS that means other boats can see us, but we're turning the AIS off so that we're sure that they don't see us. And there are actually a bunch of people who navigate without lights. I'm still considering whether we should do that or not, but we're definitely gonna go about 25 miles off the coast. Dirkje is ready for the night. That is a massive ship behind us, overtaking us. Good morning. How are you feeling after your first overnight?
I know, I slept pretty good, but I'm also a bit tired, but because it's so early. But it was,
yeah.
Sometimes it was pretty scary, but I mean, I saw a lot of falling stars and plankton that gave light. When you touched it, that was so cool.
I stayed up most of the night, only 1 hour before I got light. She took over. We had a couple big ships, and one did not go out of our way, and it's just really hard. It's like so dark. You only see at the last moment what kind of ship it is. So one time I really had to motor around. Oh my god! Motor around a really big boat, and that was a little bit scary. And I found out that this from my arch. I noticed that the back was a little bit going back and forth. I'm not sure if that's okay, so I put these ties in the night next to it. I have to say I'm really happy it's light again now, because it is so nice to really be able to see things. So like if a boat would come, that you'd actually see it instead of a few lights and our like guessing from a far distance what the light will be.
Here comes the sun.
We are motoring in the night, and during the day we're going on the jib only, and this is because this is not a trip where we're testing out the performance of the boat. This is the first time this boat is going to the ocean in a long time, and the same for us. This is a trip that is supposed to be as fun as possible, but especially as safe as possible, so we're taking baby steps. Day 2 at sea. Life is pretty miserable. See, I have to tighten somewhat things over here. It's been this rolly for most of the day now. We've been motoring. There's a little bit of wind, but if I put on the sails, because of the movement, there's not enough wind to keep the sail filled. So then every time we get bang, bang. That's not good for the sails. I knew it was not going to be easy to leave Rio Dulce because it's not an ideal place to start from. I did not know that when I bought the boat. I wish I could give Dirkje a better experience for the first ocean sail, but hey, at least when you start with this, they can only get better, right? We just took a little break to fly the drone for sunset. We are not too far out, a couple of hours.
We can already see Roatan from here.
Yeah, it's too far to see on the camera. The thing is, you know, you don't want to go into a new anchorage at night, so we will not do that. But it does mean that once we're getting close, we're actually gonna have to wait several hours till it gets light again.
I think about 6 hours or something.
Oh well, I hope it's not too rolly, and then we'll watch a series or something. It is 2:30 in the morning. We are floating now here in between Roatan and the mainland. It is advised, as I think I said before, to stay at least 20 miles off the coast of Honduras due to, well, some piracy. I don't think there has really been a lot of that, but it's advised anyway. Roatan is really safe, so we're floating here. We have all the lights off. There are also no boats around us. Yeah, so waiting until it gets light and then we're going in. We just started motoring again. It's 1.5 hours until sunrise and 2 hours until where all the lights are. We are doing 2.8 knots. We're going pretty slow because otherwise we'll be there too early. Now we're going in. There are a couple of reefs that we have to pay attention to. Nick is going to the bow of the boat. She's going to check for reefs or anything that's not correct on the navigational system. That over there is a reef under the water. If you wouldn't know it from the navigation system, then you would never know it. These are the things that normally the boat owner would do when you're crewing, so this is very new to me. this was an interesting arrival to Roatan. How many times did we re-anchor? 6 times?
Nah, I think
5. And at the 5th time it started blowing really hard because I kept dragging. I dragged 5 times. The 6th time it started blowing and we held, but we're pretty close to Catamaran. We know them actually. So it looks like the blow is over and we're fine. We made it! We made it out of the Rio! I need a moment to actually make sure the anchor is fine and then